In James chapter 1, why don't you turn there? I want to talk about the test of faith. James writes, "Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance." Knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. Peter said the same thing in 1 Peter 1:6. He said that the proof of your faith is more precious than gold, which is perishable. And I don't know about you, but when you go through a trial, when you ever think like, what did I do wrong? Why am I going through this? I mean, I don't understand. I do everything right. I'm in this trial. I remember many years ago when we had the auto parts stores, you get a mad customer now and then. I remember specifically this one customer because he made such a big scene. He came in the auto parts store. I was in the back. My guys were out front. And I hear this big crash. And I come running out of the back room. And a customer has taken brake shoes. And he's thrown it at my guys. They ducked. They hit the tool boards behind us. And all the tools fell off the tool boards. The tool boards fell down. And there's this big crash. And I come running out the back. I'm probably 30 seconds after it happened. And my guys are in an argument with this customer. I go, time out, guys. Time out. I got this. Mr. Jones, what's going on? Well, I bought these brake shoes from you. I had to get a ride from Heim Palm, which is like a 3-hour drive. I had to get a ride from Heim Palm, and I get the brake shoes, and I had to get a ride back, and I get back, and you give me the wrong brake shoes, and he's just furious. Now, I'm thinking, what does Mr. Jones want? Does Mr. Jones want to punish us? Is he looking for money? Does he want the right parts? What does he want? And he continues to yell. I said, Mr. Jones, time out. When you leave here, you're going to be happy. I promise you, you're going to be happy. But what I need to know is what you want. He said, well, I want the right brake shoes, and I don't know how I'm going to get to Heim Palm. Great, that's what you want? You want the right parts? You want to get to Heim Palm. We found the right parts for him. He happened to give us the wrong year of truck. We get the right parts for him. Sometimes we make mistakes, though. It happens. We get him. We put him in the parts truck. We drive him 3 hours to Heim Palm. We drop him off. He becomes a great customer. He deals with us for years after that, and taunts our great service. What does Mr. Trial want? When you're in a trial, what does Mr. Trial want? You're like, I don't know why I'm going through this. I'm telling you why you're going through this. Mr. Trial is trying to test your faith. You didn't get what I just said. You're looking at me like this. You should see how you're looking today. You're like, I don't even know if this is our crowd. You're like, I don't know if this crowd is like, I heard this before. Give us something new. That's only that's 2/3 of the crowd. And the other part of the crowd is like, I don't know what's happening. I'm saying when you're going through a trial, what's a trial? A trial is when you believe this was going to happen and the opposite is happening. You believed Joseph. It's Psalms 10 something, and it's 105. Psalms 105 verse 19. It says that the word of the Lord tested Joseph until Joseph's word come to pass. What was that? Joseph had a word. He's going to be the leader. He's going to be a ruler. He tells his brothers. He tells his father. You remember the story. And the very next circumstance, everybody say circumstance. The very next circumstance is that Joe is a slave. The next scene in the movie is Joe's a slave. What happened? What happened is the opposite of what he thought was going to happen, what he thought God told him. And he goes from slavery into prison. It's getting worse. But the Bible says that the word of the Lord, what word? You're going to be a ruler. Tested Joseph. What was the test? Joe, will you believe you're going to be a ruler when you're in prison? Will you believe you're going to be a ruler when you're a slave? Are you with me? I'm saying this is a fight of faith. Hey, when God tells me one thing and the opposite happens, I call that a trial. I don't have to go, oh, what did I do wrong?